morning, Florence Christian Church. I am Pastor Diana, and I am doing the Midweekly this week. It is great to see you. And this early, some people like getting up this early. I am not one of those. But I've been thinking this week about our sermon series that we've been doing this Easter about Dare to Dance Again and what it means to what that means. And one of the things that really has struck me during that is thinking about each of those words. And I want to start with again, because sometimes when I hear that of dare to dance again, I'm like, well, what if I've never danced? That is my question. What if you have never truly, really danced? Or maybe it's been so long that you can't remember when you did. And so what does that mean? And do you really want to return to dancing the way you used to? You've been changed by whatever experiences you've had. So what does it mean to begin again? I've been reading a book, and one of the things the author says is things fall apart and they come back together, and they fall apart and they come back together. And those are the seasons of life. And we can't be in the where it's all together and perfect or all together all the time, because they fall apart. And as we have been looking at the flowers around us this spring, even that's true. So if you're really wrestling with that again part, I want you to consider what it means during this season of Easter to practice resurrection, and what that means to put it into practice, to look around and to be willing. I also have really been struck by the word dare, because anytime that we've been a part of something where things have fallen apart, I don't know about you, but it takes a lot of courage for me to be able and willing to try again, because they fall apart and they come together, and sometimes I want to stay in that place, and it's hard to trust that they're going to come together again. And that daring takes bravery and courage, especially when you've gone through something really, really hard. As Laura shared on Sunday during our series, when you take a step forward, you're falling, but you trust that your foot is going to catch you. In modern dance, and that's the metaphor of what it means. And so I want you to consider each of your steps this morning, each step as a little bit of resurrection, of your daring to do something, each thing that you are trying, each thing that you are still willing to do, to show up, that I think we should remember that it took courage for Jesus to step out of the tomb. It took courage. It took daring. It took daring for those disciples to go and look and to see. It took daring for them to believe and wonder and disbelieve. It took daring for everyone to be able to do that. And so as you consider our sermon series, as we are deep in Easter, as we are in, as a friend calls it, Maycember, which for many people is an extremely busy month, as our kids and students are doing testing, as college students are doing this. It is a big month of transition, and it's so easy to get lost in all of the things we have to do, to forget to be willing to look around and to practice that resurrection in a way. So that is how I'm going to leave you this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Annie, come here. Say hi to Annie. Say, this is my Annie. Say hi. Hi. Oh, Annie got distracted. So Annie is very ready for her walk. So we are going to go practice resurrection ourselves, as we go and take a walk to, and each step we are going to be willing to dare. And I don't know if I'm going to dance on my walk because it's a little too early for that. But I know I'm going to take a look and look around and see how be willing to trust that things are going to come together again, even if they are in ways that I can't quite see. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you will join us next on Sunday. And then next week for the Midweekly, Pastor Susan is back from her vacation. If you're on Facebook, check out her photos. She's having an amazing time, and we are so grateful for that. And I look forward to seeing you again. Have a blessed day.